Sicilian defense, open, Pelikn and Sveshnikov, Chelyabinsk variation, 9, b7 10.bx f6 bx f6. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. The middle game battle was fairly even. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. Nc6 aids in maintaining control over the d4 and e5 squares. d4 offers to trade a center pawn for the c5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. Cx d4 gives black 2 central pawns versus 1 central pawn for white. Nx d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having 1 central pawn versus black's 2 central pawns. e5 takes space in the center, attacks the d4 knight and prepares to develop the dark squared bishop. Nb5 moves the knight to an aggressive square where it threatens Nd6 plus. d6 defends the e5 pawn and allows the light squared bishop to develop. N1c3 develops the knight toward the center, supports the e4 pawn and threatens Nd5. a6 attacks the knight on b5 and prepares the b5 pawn push. Na3 retreats the knight to a square where it controls c4. b5 takes space in the queenside, allows black to fianchetto the light squared bishop to b7 and threatens b5 b4 which attacks both of white's knights. Nd5 moves the knight to the center of the board where it controls many important squares. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. This defends a vulnerable pawn by pinning one of its attackers. b7 develops the bishop and prepares castling. Bx f6 captures the knight, attacks the bishop and increases white's control over the d5 square. Bx f6 captures the bishop without doubling the f-pawns and opens up the e7 square for black to use. A pawn kicks the opposing knight, forcing it to move or risk being captured. This mobilizes the knight, allowing it to control more of the board. This defends a piece that is being attacked but is not well defended. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. It is the last book move. This threatens to kick a bishop. It is best. By growing a bishop from its initial square, this activates it. That's good. A pawn kicks the opposing bishop, forcing it to move or risk being captured. It is quite good. This move puts the bishop on a safer square. It is best. By positioning the bishop on a potent diagonal, this fianchettos the bishop. That's good. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This ignores a better way to develop a queen off its starting square. It is an inaccuracy. This misses a much better move. It is a mistake. Backs off. It is ideal. This protects a knight who was being attacked and lacked defense. That's good. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. That's good. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. That's good. This moves the queen to safety. It is best. Although the game was nearly tied, black is now in a losing position. It is incorrect. This is an equal trade. This is the only good move. This was a game-changing move, giving white a winning position. It is a great move. Recaptures. It is ideal. This buys time by putting a knight in danger and getting it to flee. That's good. The knight is now sufficiently protected. It is ideal. While not a mistake, that is also not the wisest course of action. That's good. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. Although white lost their edge, the game is still almost evenly matched. It is incorrect. This overlooks an opportunity to double rooks on a single file. It is a miss. This misses a chance to concentrate a knight so that it can dominate more squares. It falls flat. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. White had an advantage, but now the game is close to equal. It is a mistake. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. The middle game battle was fairly even. This overlooks an opportunity to centralize a knight so it controls more squares. It is an inaccuracy. Sharp a back and forth game where both players had chances. That game was pretty competitive. Both players had an amazing opening. The middle game battle was fairly even.